So the third thing we're going to learn
about is buttons. One of the best uses of buttons in forms for this kind of project that you'll have might be the switchboard, which I know how to do in Access and I don't know how to do in Libre yet. But let's look at this one. So this is the one that comes with the Northwind database that we've been messing with this whole time. This is set to open at when you open the database itself. But each of these buttons actually opens up, oh, I have it on the design view, actually opens up one of the other forms. So this makes it really easy from a user standpoint of you just open up the big file and you go, okay, I need to do something with orders. I need to do something with suppliers. I need to print a report, which we haven't done reports yet, but we've got a few options here, there. I don't have a printer, so that's not going to fly. It's going to be very disappointed. Yeah, so this is one really good use for buttons. Okay, so for Access, we're going to hop into our design view here. Let's look at the buttons itself. So you can see that the data tab looks very different from what we had with our text boxes and combos. And events is really what we're looking at here. And you can see here, on click, it's opening the form categories. How did we get there? So when you're looking at a button that's already created, it's not going to give you the same options as we had when we create it in the first place. So this is the best we're going to get. More just gives us more stuff that I don't really know anything about. I'm not that tech savvy. But this is pretty legible. So this is in the expression builder. And you can see that these are all the same exact thing. They just open up with the forms. The printing is basically the same thing. On event, okay, this has an actual event procedure. So this one is going to lead us to actual code and stuff. So you see there, this one's a little advanced. This one, if you push it, I'm assuming it actually works and closes the program, and I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to push it. Or actually, no, this is design view. We're safe. Event procedure. Yep. And it's got all sorts of code in here that's way more advanced than what the scope of this class is. Okay, so how do you create stuff like this? No, don't save that. Okay. So actually, let's go to, doesn't matter. Yeah, that one's the annoying one. All right, so our little demo one that we've been playing with, we can go to design mode. Our little magic button is this one with the little X's. Do that, click there. There is a wizard for it. We're awesome. We don't need no wizard. Okay. So, this is, there we go. So our caption, I changed it to say press me, have something sensible to whatever you're doing. You can embed pictures in it. You can change the properties here if you want. If you want to make this a dashed outline for some reason, you can do that like that. Just like everything else we've had. Data, you just leave that alone. The event, so on the click is really what we want to do here because it's a button. And you can do this. So the expression builder is what we see when it reopened up. I'm going to show you code though. So in the PowerPoint deck, I have an example right here. So that's the do command. Push that to the side. Oh, it remembered because I was playing around and did this before. Let's make sure. Yeah, it's just leaving everything open, isn't it? Procedures. Okay, that was the previous button. Okay, so this breakout here, this is the one that, because remember before we renamed it, it said command 9. All right, so just like before, I'm going to start typing this in lowercase just because if you do something weird, it'll let you know. But if you do it right, it will not only do the capitalization trick, but you'll get this little drop down. These are all the cool things that it can do. So it can close the database, it can copy objects, it can go to the next records, all sorts of stuff. Minimize your thing, maximize it. Here we're just going to use the open form. Open report would be for the ports later. And then you just say which form you want opened. And let's see. You see a form, there's a products form. So you do that. Close those and then go to form view. Hopefully this works. Huzzah! There we go. So with this, you can easily build a switchboard. So when people open up your database, it's got a nice opening page so that we can easily navigate around the minimal 3 forms and 3 reports that you're going to include in your project. All right. What are other uses of forms? You can basically recreate something like this, going between records. All sorts of different things that you can do with the buttons. Really, I would suggest just looking through the list that you have there and just being creative, seeing what you can do. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to Libre. Okay, so this is the same student zone that we've had before. How do we create this a little bit more intuitively, possibly? This is the push button. There we go. You got to draw it out. I updated Libre, and now the control properties are kind of where you would want them to be, right there. So that's good. Unlike in Access, you're not actually going to be playing in the events section, which is good because I'm looking at this list and I have no idea. But you can actually go down to the action. Where is the action? There we go. Action. And so if you have your form saved as a standalone form, and I'm not sure how to do that yet. That's why I don't know how these pieces connected. But I included a link that says switchboard in the notes. You do the open document webpage and link that, and it open up it as a new file. But here you can see you can do things like submitting form, doing a reset, which is, let's face it, super helpful sometimes. Moving around, first record, last record, all that kind of stuff, saving the record, undoing a data entry, deleting a record, all sorts of good stuff, doing a new record. So instead of trying to use those navigation things when we're like the awkward ones, we can make nice, beautiful ones here. So that's really good use of buttons. So if you're trying to figure out how to put more features in your forms, like these are a bunch of really good options. Okay, and yeah, it is that easy. So let's do that. This one. It's the label. What did we say this one does? My memory is really short. First record. So B go to first record. So want to put a sensible label on that, and there we go. You can recolor and resize and do all the things that you can do all the times. Yeah, that's how you make a button.